Okay, so are you ready to dive into something a little different today?
Always up for a new adventure.
Yeah, this time we're heading over to the world of Tamil cinema.
Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued.
It's a film called Varisu, and we've got this review from MovieKaTicket.com that makes it sound like a total roller coaster.
Okay, hit me with the.
All right, so imagine this billionaire family, right? And there's this estranged son who comes back home, but guess what? He's not just there for a visit. He ends up having to save the entire family business from some mysterious threat.
So it's like the prodigal son story, but with a high stakes business twist.
Yeah, exactly. And the review hints at some serious betrayals, some deep, dark secrets within the family that make things even more complicated.
That's always a good recipe for some intense drama.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of intensity, the review raves about the lead actor, Vijay. They say he delivers this performance that's so much more than just your typical action hero.
Yeah, he's a pretty big name, right?
Huge, like a major superstar. But they use words like charm, intensity, and even vulnerability to describe his acting in this one.
So we're seeing a different side to him then.
Yeah, it seems like there's this one scene they mention where Vijay has this huge confrontation with his father, and he just completely breaks down.
Yeah.
They say it's a really powerful moment that shows a real vulnerability that you don't always see from him.
It sounds like he's really stretching his acting chops in this film.
For sure. And it makes me wonder, what are the family dynamics at play here that lead to such a raw, emotional moment?
Right, because the review mentioned familial conflicts and even emotional reconciliations. It seems like there's a lot going on beneath the surface.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely more to this family than meets the eye. And that's what makes these kinds of stories so relatable, right?
Totally. I mean, who hasn't experienced some level of family drama in their own life, whether it's sibling rivalry or clashes over, different values, or even just the challenges of communicating with your parents? I think we can all connect with that on some level.
Absolutely. And of course, you can't have a good family drama without a formidable antagonist.
True. Someone to really stir the pot.
Well, Varisu has got that covered with Prakash Raj playing the villain.
He's like the king of playing those intense characters.
I know, right? He always brings this gravitas to his roles, and the review says his performance here is compelling, which makes me think there's a lot more to his character than just being a one-dimensional bad guy.
Yeah, maybe there's a backstory there that explains his motivations, makes him a little more human, even if we don't agree with his actions.
Exactly. And the review also talks about how the music and the visuals really elevate the whole experience.
Oh, I was just going to say, Tamil cinema is known for its amazing music and visuals.
It's true. And the composer for this film is Thaman S. Apparently, there are these two tracks, Ranjit Thame and Soul Varisu, that really stand out.
I bet they're used to great effect in those emotional scenes.
I would imagine so. And then the cinematography by Kartik Palani is supposed to be stunning. They filmed on these incredibly elaborate sets that just add to the grandeur of the whole thing.
I can almost picture it now, a visual feast.
Oh, for sure. But it's worth mentioning, the review wasn't all sunshine and roses. They did say that the screenplay might feel a little predictable at times, especially if you're familiar with these kinds of family dramas.
Right, sometimes those classic tropes can be a bit overused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also emphasize that the film has these really heartfelt moments and some high-energy action sequences. So it sounds like it finds a good balance between tugging at your heartstrings and keeping you on the edge of your seat.
Well, that's good to hear. I always appreciate a film that can deliver both emotional depth and some exciting thrills.
Me too.
Hmm.
And before we forget to mention, this review came from MovieKaTicket.com.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that site. They've got some great resources for movie lovers.
They do. They've got a whole community where you can connect with other film buffs, read reviews, discuss movies. It's a great place to geek out over cinema.
Sounds like a fun place to hang out.
It is. So to wrap things up, Varisu sounds like a pretty solid film, a good mix of family drama action and emotional depth.
With some powerhouse performances from Vijay and Prakash Raj to boot.
Absolutely.
Ah.
It might not reinvent the wheel when it comes to family dramas, but it definitely sounds like a film with heart.
And I'm always a sucker for a good family drama.
Me too.
Oh,
So
no.
this is making me think, if you were in VJ's shoes, having to step up and save your family's legacy, what kind of choices would you make?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's so much to consider: family loyalty, personal ambition, the weight of expectation.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely something to ponder.
It's food for thought.
Food for thought, indeed. So let us know your thoughts on this too, and if Varisu sounds like your kind of film, be sure to check it out.
Yeah, tell us what you think.
Until next time, happy watching.
Enjoy the show.